So, I literally just got done watching Goblet of Fire, Book 4, Movie 4. And when I was reviewing Prisoner of Azkaban, I said that this one was not that good. So, how do I feel upon watching it for the first time? Sober, and I would say roughly a decade. It It's not as bad as I thought it was going to be, but there are still problems. This is so far arguably the weakest movie in the franchise because of what the director Mike Newell did. Newell. He said he was given a chance. Okay, and again, I'm not blaming any of the actors or even Mike Newell himself. Some stupid decisions were made that ruined this movie. Because, one, again, I'm not blaming Newell. He's a great guy, worked with the kids. He directed Donnie Darko, 4 Weddings and a Funeral, and some other ones. You know, he's a fantastic director given the right movies and stuff like that, okay? But he wanted to make this become a Bollywood movie. That means a lot of dancing and music in bright colors. I'm like, huh? Now, I haven't seen any Bollywood movies, okay? That maybe sometime this year. I don't know. But he also wanted this to be a Hitchcockian thriller. With Alfred Hitchcock, it's a lot about examination, unusual filmmaking techniques, and stuff like that. Mysteries. Rope. Psycho. Vertigo. Rear Window. The Birds. What was it? Murder on a Train. And a whole bunch of other ones that I'm missing. But anyway. It's just like Shadow of a Doubt. What else do we have here? The Trouble with Harry. The Man Who Knew Too Much. North by Northwest. Forgot that one. Marnie. Torn Curtain. Topaz. And Frenzy. Family Plot. Thank you, Pete, for this one. Those are all legendary movies that this guy has done. But, this one is not a dang Hitchcock thriller. If anything, it's like if Ed Wood directed a mystery. Alright, it's tonally inconsistent, and you can tell this movie truly jumps all over the place with, let's have some mystery, let's have some action, let's have a musical, let's have some romance going on. I will admit, though, well, alright, I do have some good things to say about this movie. One, the romance seems to be going well because the characters are getting older. They have long hair for some reason. Maybe it reflect like the attitudinal change in the films. Anyway, let's have some kind of awkward romance going on with the dance. Let's have Ron and Hermione have some arguments and fight about over like choosing to, like, you should have asked me first. We're friends. You could have taken me instead. Victor Crumb asked me. And that, because it's like 3 schools are getting together for the Triwizard Tournament. It's only held, once every 3 years or something like that. Bobaton and Drumstring. Which when their interests come, it is quite something. There's lovely ladies. Then there's the strong men of Drumstring, but even then, a lot of book purists really hate this movie. I'm kind of in between, because some people say this is their favorite, and I say more power to them, but the schools are not, it's like Bobaton's is not just a school for women, it's both it was at the time for both sexes, and ditto for Drumstring. But nope, the movie just presented it as a just for boys or for girls. I'm like, okay. It's like, yeah, they have cool entrances, and they arrive. One arrives in the ship, one arrives in a carriage with Pegasus horses. I'm like, I don't know. It just didn't feel like, it's like it really does deviate way too much from the books, okay? And for the first scene with the dragon, yes, this is supposed to be an action movie, more action, but The fact that in the novel it was like grabs the egg and the dragon is restrained. Harry manages to capture. I think what would have taken 5 minutes. And instead we get a 7-minute action scene that the dragon just goes loose and could have caused havoc because the chain was too thin. I'm like, what is this? Like, what is this crud? I don't know. It's stupid. And again, it just, I don't know. And the fact that Mike Newell did not read any of the books. And the best part for the action scene, he wanted to have the Forbidden/Dark Forest burnt down, thus ruining some future continuity or canon. Thankfully, that got rejected by the production community. I'm like, good. And just, it's like, it's supposed to be a psychotic thriller, but the guy who's playing Barty Crouch Jr., he does a good job. He really does. David, I forgot his last name. But when he's on screen, he looks menacing and crazy. He has his little tongue flicker. I'm like, that's giving you away, man. Come on. Don't be like this. It's like, you're making it obvious who it is. You're also giving, like, the Polyjuice potion when, Domhnall Gleeson is playing on, Mad Eye Moody, how he's drinking. It's like, we kind of know, like, maybe what's going on when you focus too much on him. I'm like, really? It's like you're giving away too much of what's supposed to be a mystery, but instead you're creating it as something that's less of a mystery, more of a dead giveaway in a freaking movie that's already got way too much stuff going on. Inconsistency. But at the same time, I have to say that there are some good things about it too. The underwater scene where Daniel Radcliffe had to 60 hours of scuba diving training. A kid had to do it. That, and I'm like, all right, developed an ear infection, but it wasn't that bad. That's done really well. Learning the 3 curses in the classroom, done in a way to show them just how powerful and deadly they are. That I liked. I liked the guy who played Igor Karkaroff and Madame Maxine, the heads of the other schools. They get some time to shine, which I like. The Yule Ball is good as well. And of course the scene in the cemetery with Voldemort rising. So darn good. That's when the mystery part is like, it's like when we get to the serious stuff. Like, the serious stuff in the graveyard is so good. I'm like, this is what I like. The payoff is worth it. But it's so paper thin. Most of it with the mystery and barely even giving anything. I'm like, what is this? It's a paper thin plot for its giving it, but the payoff more than makes up for it. So, I don't know. Oh, this movie is just a mixed bag, okay? I mean, it's certainly not a bad movie. It's very enjoyable. It's enjoyable, and it's something different, because at once it's both kind of captures, like, the teenage, the teenage sense of growing up in romance and stuff like that. But at the same time, it's just, say, paper thin in so many other things, and I just felt it just feels like it could have been more. It really could have been. I think this one and the Half-Blood Prince I have the most problems with when I watch it. So, I don't know. But, it's like when you gather with a group of friends, you got a party on, you want some background noise, you put on the Goblet of Fire. I mean, even the Goblet of Fire itself looks nice, but I don't know. If I had to rate this overall, because the good parts are really good, but with the bad parts are really bad, 7 out of 10, I guess, 6.5 out of 10. Making it one of the weaker, arguably the weakest, now the second weakest installment of the 8 movies. So, yeah, I don't know. Let me know what you think if you like those, if you like that. It's like you got Mike Newell and kind of stupid decisions were made. Oh, one last thing. He got the chance to he had the chance to actually watch, what was it, the first 40 minutes of The Prisoner of Azkaban, but Newell felt like he could have done more, so he kind of skipped it, and he went in competition with Chris Columbus and the other directors, and it's just like, why are you doing that? You already have the perfect thing, you already had the perfect setup with the third movie. Instead, you're going to go and kind of do franchise installment war with the other direction. I'm like, whoever heard of that? That's stupid. That's just not right. But again, those were stupid decisions for the movie. Not blaming Mike Newell for anything else. Just that. So, I don't know. Just like I said, this movie is 6.5 out of 10. And those are my thoughts on Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire.